Did we fix it? Maybe. I mean, it's gonna have to suffice. Microphone. I think we need something. Global settings. Mic auxiliary device. Default. Is that it? Did we do it? I think that's right. Oh, tens. Shoot. I don't know if a call there was good, but whatever. Let's see if we can smash something. Oh, woof. Ooh, I definitely messed up this hand, but I think I gotta go with it. I don't know what to do now. If it gets checked to us, we bet. But BB Glass, Opus Dog, I mean, one of them's they. Eesh. I think I misplayed this. Do we rip it? Is it aces? It's kind of a blockish type bet. But aces would make that play too. It's stupid, but oh, queens again. Ow. That hurts. We're just so deep. Yeah, ace king doesn't do that. That hurts. I mean, we were behind. If we had made it more, we definitely could have just gotten rid of that. And when we didn't have to call pre, we could have just let our two blinds go and not gotten involved there. Ouch. I mean, we still have tons of blinds. It's not the end of the world, but that hurts a little bit. We're no longer in 233 at 859. That'll update. Or maybe we are. Maybe it wasn't like super detrimental to our stack. Maybe we're still ahead of a lot, but that stinks. That wasn't good. That wasn't good. Or maybe we were high. Maybe we weren't. Maybe it updated right away. I thought the site did. I don't know where we were before that hand. That was tough. With tens, I don't know. Yeah. I think if I had 3-bet over the min click to like 6 big blinds or something, if I was paying attention instead of screwing with my audio here. Then I think we're good on the audio. I'm going to say we're probably good. Video capture, audio input capture, mic. I don't know. Guess we don't need a chat to make noise. A limp. Video capture, audio capture. I don't know. This is totally messed up. I'm going to check it in a couple minutes on my mobile app. Got shot in a backdoor straight draw. No, got shot in a backdoor flush draw. So disappointed. I have 81 big blinds and I'm upset because I should have. I mean, the blinds went up, right? So there probably should have like 100 big blinds. I don't know, 110. I probably wasn't getting called by worse with those tens. Yep. Well, my audio's back, so that's good. We'll just move forward the rest of the night, and I'll have to reconfigure. I mean, it sounded pretty good. I'll have to reconfigure for the next time. All right, so we get a couple viewers anyway. Hopefully, yeah, we're good. We're good. They're here in sound now. Yeah, for those of you, I'm like kind of dealing with things 5 minutes in the past here, but for those of you who saw the hand where I jammed with those tens, yeah, I mean, what am I beating? Ace king suited, ace king of hearts that would call. That's really it. Nines maybe, nines it's overplaying. Um, yeah, I had to think. I mean, in a way, I guess jamming was the only hope of getting queens to fold, but you can't put me on aces or kings. My range was capped. It stinks. That's too bad. I went from being in a fairly decent spot to went a pretty good spot where I could kind of make a run after late reg, and I still can. It's not like I can't do that. But yeah, I went from a spot where I was in kind of a really good dominating kind of position. BV Glass was the guy. Yeah, see, he has 134. I probably would still have that. I'd still have it close to that, maybe 120. 80's fine. I'm not complaining about that. It's just in games like this, every chip matters, and man, I don't like 33. I know it's not tons and tons of money. But it is a significant portion of my bankroll. It's probably a little more than I'm normally comfortable playing, but I really wanted to make this one count, and I still can, but it's not gonna be a little bit more difficult. Let's see what we can do with 9-10 suited. Flop a straight. I think that's probably ideal. Flop the absolute stones, and then get raised. No king. We're good, right? We're still good. All right, we're back in business. We don't have to lament that hand for very long. He must have taken into account my stupid jam with tens and thought, well, maybe he doesn't actually have it. Kings, though, wow, he didn't. That's his fault for not 3-betting pre. My goodness. Didn't think we were up against that. Thought maybe a set was in play, and if a set was in play, we would have been dead. The turn card was The turn card, I'm glad I got it in there actually, because had I just flatted, that turn card would have been atrocious. Or if I didn't make it so big, like if I mean, I can't min click it back. What did he have? Like 50 bigs behind, 40 behind, or something. Yeah, if I had just made like a small 3 bet on the flop, that turn makes it really difficult. It in reality though, it made it difficult. It would have made it difficult for him to do much. So it probably just goes check. It should probably just checks down. Maybe he makes a bluff on the river when the board double pairs, and then I have to call. But getting it in there definitely worked out. Sometimes it can work against you if you're up against a big hand that can lay it down. But I mean, what was really out there? I mean, sets aren't folding. Now we got the kings. Okay, so that's actually not terrible. We can bet it if Killbuck wants to get in with his with an ace. I mean, we're more than happy to oblige. It's not going to cripple us. Obviously, we call ace 7. Come on, we get a straight. We win. Fortunate. Sevens. Let's go. Let's run this up. It's still a pretty good flop for us. 3, 4, 5. We have a gut shot and an overpair. And we've shown down some fairly good hands. That queen stinks for us. 5, 6. I mean, if he's got a 4, if he's just calling with a 4, like ace 4 or something, that queen doesn't really. It's a disconnected high card. That ace hits him right in the face. That hurts a little bit. Hey, we got a freebie. We got a walk. No, we don't need to go too out of control here. Let's try to see a cheap flop and hit something. We don't really. I mean, king queen's good, but I like it a lot better when it's suited. Queen Jack suited on the button. Mm, I'm gonna let this. I'm gonna let this one go just because I don't know what this BB Glass. This was the guy who we lost that big hand to earlier, right? So he's pretty legit. We wouldn't have flopped. We would have flopped middle pair. We just took a sad L out of position, but we lost, I think, the minimum at BB Glass. Yeah, so BB Glass, it's pretty legit, and I don't know if he was gonna repop it. And we can't really call just with middle pair anyway, so we'll save our chips. But we're in business, been a little bit up and down, but mostly up. So okay, we get eights. We're gonna raise it up. Hopefully we get a favorable flop and we get the button to fold. That's good. Wouldn't mind if one of the blinds called. All right. Well, we take it down without much resistance. Queen 9, not going to get me much. We are coming up on the end of late reg here in the next few seconds. I don't know if they're going to do like a quick break. I don't think they are. So in a couple minutes, we'll let all the final numbers come in. I don't. Oh no, we smashed the guarantee as we did 34K, almost 35K in the prize pool. It's pretty solid for a $30 tourney. I don't love these min clicks, but it's not always like a super nutted holding. We are at the end of late reg, so we'll see what's out there. I think we got 1157 total. We're down to 866. Payouts, top 180 get paid, 45 for a min cash. That I would want more than that. If we BB is gonna. Oh, we get it checked through. Okay, that card doesn't hurt us. If it checks through again, I mean, we might as well bet. Unless BV was just like, that ace. I think we can call. Because we could still be behind. We could be behind kings or queens. But we might as well, like, get a cheap river. No straights got there, right? No, that brings in spades. Ace of spades is on the board. We have the jack of spades. Yuck. Is it a bluff card for us? I guess is now the question. Or did BV, does he not have an ace? I mean, if straights get there, I say we bluff at it. I say we turn our jack into a bluff because we could be up with kings or up against kings or queens. If he's got kings or queens with a spade, he might be prompted to call, but he's probably thinking I have a really curious line. And we take it down. I'm going to fold deuces. So 82 through 90 gets paid 72.89 in this thing. Let's see if we can hold. I mean, we got a ways to go. We got 850 left. Let's see if we can hold that for a little while. All right, queens. We don't have any. Just trying to look around the table to see. I mean, we do have one bigger stack, and the rest are yeah. So this is that time after late reg where like a lot of the field, a good chunk of the field, is getting to that 30 big blind and under spot. I mean, this is kind of a mixed bag here, but there's a lot of people. There's a lot of players who are just gonna kind of slow down and try to see how quickly people get eliminated. We're in the top 100, which is good. Queens again. Sorry for the silence. I've just been pondering a couple things. We're almost up to the next level, which I think is probably going to start for 150-300, and it usually goes to 2-4. So that's a pretty still. The jumps percentage wise are still pretty significant at this point. It's when you start to get into the later levels where it's like you go from 3,000, 6,000 to 4,000, 8,000, and like maybe I'm not, maybe that's a bad example. Maybe I'm not using the right one, but the blinds will like they don't increase as much. Like your stack doesn't dwindle as much when you're in terms of big blinds because like going from like what are the levels? So we're at 150-300 right now. It's going to go to 2-4 and then 4-5. Yeah, so like 4-5 sorry, 2-4 to 255 to 3-6 is like only 100. Oh, what happened there? I got to walk. So yeah, so we kind of want, yeah, and then the blinds go from like big blinds like 1,000, then 1,200, and 1,400, and the further, if it keeps just going up, it's really not until that 16 to 17 level where it goes 1,000, 2,000, the 1,250 to 2,500, and that's a huge jump where the blinds are just going to shorten way up, and that's in another, what time is it? 200, 400. So that's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9 levels. That's another hour and a half from now. So that'll be like around 11, 11:15 that we're just going to hit that huge jump. And really, that's really where we got to be in the money by then, right? Around that time. Pardon me while I observe my baby monitor here. I think my kid's just holding her Peppa Pig animal, either that or it's like behind her. It's tough to tell. The next break, I will go check on my little princess. I'm sure she's fine, and her mother doesn't check on her nearly as many times as I already have. Not that her mom is the best. She might check on her once a night. Oh, Ace King with the Jin. Oh, outs. We got a sweat. Nope. Ace King with the Jin flop. 76 bigs. Oof. Ouch. Maniac, really. That's a tough one. Yeah, her mom's the best. Might check on her once a night to make sure there's no like stuffed animals around her head, but she's 3 now, so I mean, look, she's got a couple stuffies that she's holding. No big deal. They're paying. I'm going to double check. I think we've been solidified. 180. We're paying out 180. We're in 116th. We had aces versus jacks here for 60 big blinds. Ouch. This guy just got his. This guy just. This guy just dumped off 25 bigs. 20. Almost 30 big blinds that he just got. Jacks. I didn't really see the. I wasn't paying attention to the action. Oh, I'm sure my audience members love it when I yawn on camera midstream. I did say going into this that I was already tired, and I'm gonna power through this. I just, sometimes you just get the itch. It has to do more with the fact that my wife is at a concert, my kid's in bed, and it's like sometimes when Jonna and I are we're here, the two of us with the any day during the week, it's like you want to play, but it's like it's just spend some time with the wife. She's cool and we have a good time together. It might just be watching a couple episodes of a show, but we need to spend that time together. Even though I work remotely, she's here a lot with the kid. We do spend a lot of time throughout the day together, more than the average couple probably. But spending time just two of us together at night, not just being able to relax and talk for a little bit and watch some tube or whatever. There's value in that too. So I don't want to just five. I don't want to be like 5 nights a week after the kid goes to bed. I just jump on stream and then go play poker one day live at Foxwoods. Um, so I guess what I'm trying to say is she's out, so I might as well use this as a chance to play. So I don't have to worry. I don't have to feel guilty about saying I'm gonna go play poker. I want to hang out with you. Where I do. I like hanging out with her. So um, I was kind of debating. I played live. I played at Foxwoods on Wednesday because I had the last couple of days off of work. So I figured, well, I was gonna go play during the week. It was a good game. There was some regulars, but it was a good game. But So yeah, so that's why I wanted to play it today because it's like I don't have too many nights where I'm just here by myself, and it's like, well, I'm on play. I didn't stream the it's fine. I didn't stream the oh, would I have taken that down? Yeah. I didn't stream the Bet Online tournament money builder. But I figured, all right, I'm gonna jump into this global thing. I already have the global setup going here. Let's just jump on a quick stream. After I just said yesterday at the end of the stream, oh yeah, I'm only gonna do one day a week from now on. Yeah, whatever. Do it when you can. I don't know if I don't know that I could ever really adhere to a schedule. I could say, every Thursday, boom, gonna do a 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. stream. But there's some days you just don't. I have a young family. I have a young 3-year-old. There are some days and you just don't expect it where the kid starts melting down at like 4 o'clock, and you're not, bedtime's at 7. You don't want to put her to bed at like 5:30. That'd be ridiculous. She'd be up at like 3 in the morning. That just can't happen. Um, it would be my wife that has to deal with it, and that's not fair. So, you got to suck it up for 3 hours after a day of work, and then you got to like yell at a kid for 3 hours, get her to eat, not throw her food on the floor, and not chase after the cat, and and then it gets to be exhausting, and then you just want to like sit down and do nothing, relax. And if you're like, oh, now I have to do a stream because I told my audience I'm doing one on every Thursday, and it's like then it becomes a second job, and you can't play poker when you feel like it's a job. I know there's people out there that do it, whether they like are live, like 5-10 no limit crushers at your local casino or local card room, or they're online streamers and they have a you know they have a sponsorship agreement, or they have a contract to stream certain websites, whatever. um it's got to feel like a job to them a little bit. I mean, and there would be plenty of nights. There'd be If I were to do something like that, I'm sure there'd be plenty of occasions where I would absolutely love it, and it wouldn't feel like a job. But there would inevitably be those times where you're not into it. And I think a lot of the streamers don't really have families. I mean, I don't want to sound like I know what I'm talking about. I know there 100% are poker streamers who have children, wives, husbands, whatever, and families and dependents that they need to be present for. But I got to think that number it's a much smaller percentage. Jack 8 suited. Oh, blinds just went up. We're still in that money position. 689 left. Just want to make sure. Checking out this baby monitor too much. It's probably because we haven't used it in a while, and I'm just like, eh. She's fine though. I can see her face. I'm not gonna bug her. Oh, I think she just kind of hugs that thing, Peppa doll. She was like smushed up against the rail, like the crib. She's 3 and she's still in her crib, which is great. She doesn't climb out of it. No, she doesn't. She tried once that I saw, and I yelled. I was like, "Get down, get out! Don't you ever do that!" And she hasn't. At least that. Who knows? Her mom might have witnessed it once or twice, and I was unaware, but yeah, she hasn't, and she likes her crib. So as long as she's in there, she will stay in there. I mean, at some point when she's not, at some point when she's, it's gonna get to the point where she can't wear a diaper overnight. She's potty trained, but she wears a diaper overnight just because we don't want to have to clean up a mess a couple times a week. She doesn't usually go overnight, but she does have a diaper on anyway. But it'll come to a point where she's not wearing a diaper anymore, and she'll have to be in a bed. So if she has to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, she can get up and go. But we don't have to do that right now. We can just keep her in a crib, and all is well. Okay, so we're hitting the break now. Um, we're in 170th out of 677. Good spot. We just got to continue to play good cards. The break has started. We don't. We'll. There's other tables still playing, but the clock is ticking, which is fine. I don't mind blinds going up a little bit. We still have well over 30 big blinds, but it's going to tighten up a little bit. So um, we will see you. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back in a couple minutes. Gonna get rolling here in a few seconds. I think, right? Yes. We are still for another. We're halfway through this 22 5500 level. We have 6 7 suited in the big blind. We're at 183, so we're right on that money bubble spot. We just haven't gotten a hand in a little bit, but we're okay. Hopefully we can get in kind of cheap with a hand like 6 7 with a few callers and just absolutely smash a flop. Not exactly a smash. Backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw. That's about it. Backdoors galore. Our backdoor straight draw is now a gut shot. I think the fact that it checked around shows kind of weakness out of both of them. I don't want to just give away chips here, but I think that was a spot where we had to kind of make a play, and we did have some outs. We've got those tens again, man. Tens aren't always good to us, so we can be a little bit. Oh boy. Ow. I think we gotta call it off, or I think we just gotta rip it and hope we're up against Ace King or Ace Queen. Yep, Ace King, and it's the king. Ow. That hurts. I hate tens. I'm just gonna muck them from now on. It was really the it was that I mean, we're not done. We have 32 bigs and we're still like fine. We have plenty of chips to make moves. I love Ace King. I I wish I had Ace King in that spot. And he had the tens, obviously, the way it turned out. But even before seeing any cards, I want that Ace King. Oh, and the king right on the effing flop. It's so brutal. We're so like we make the right play, but is it the right? I mean, is it the right play ICM wise? I think so. We're not like safely in the money. We're like right on that money bubble. We're 600. We still have a ways to go. It's a third of our stack, right? Yeah, it's about a third of our stack. We lose, we're still in okay position. I mean, we would have had 60 bigs. Got to win your flips in this game. That's the thing. You got to win your flips. Yeah, we haven't seen aces, right? We had kings. We've had tens twice. Sevens a couple times. Eights a couple times. Sixes. Maybe I'm thinking of the Bet Online tournament. I don't think we had sixes here, but oh, if anybody wants to hear some live Rob Thomas music. Oh, my stupid thumb hit the thing. I got a new iPhone, so it's still getting used to some of it, but looks like he's doing kind of an acoustic session because I don't see a drum set, and he's a backup rhythm guitarist kind of guy there. Yeah, he sounds good. Hey, as long as the wife is happy, that is cool with me. But one way or the other, one way or another, I am glad I'm streaming with you all tonight. We got ace king. I don't know who. I do see a bunch of players here with the GP Live avatar. I don't know who Pound House is. I'm assuming that I have to assume they're all on Twitch, but I don't know. Maybe I just don't follow all of them. But I think Global has its own channel, so I thought that they all like each night they each have their own night. Maybe they rotate. I don't know. Opus, maybe Opus does it again, and doesn't have Ace King this time. White Knuckle. All right, well we just take down the blinds, but that's a blinds and antes. That is fine. That's a fine result with Ace King. I mean, if we pick up a couple more small pots, we'll be back in this thing. We're 282 out of 603. We've got. I mean, we could bust at any time. It's not like we're. It's not like it goes in order. 28 big blinds. We do have to kind of slow down a little bit and play a tighter range. So I don't like fours that much. They kind of suck. But we are in the big. We're up against our old friend BB Glass. We hope there's no 3-bet. The table. I mean, we've had most of the same players here for a little bit. Table hasn't gotten too much out of line pre-flop. Let's just go set mining, and we flop a boat. Wow, what a flop that is. Let's just pray that this guy has an ace. Great turn. He should fire again, probably bigger if he's afraid of the diamonds. If he has an ace and he doesn't have diamonds. And if he... Okay. I think this is where we put the raise in. And then we can just get it in on most much every river except for another ace. Hmm. He could be thinking I'm getting weird with a hand like eights or something, sevens. You know, this isn't quite the same dynamic as the other hand. He has to have an ace, right? This isn't quite the same. Oh, maybe not. Oh, that was a long tank for not having it. For if he didn't have an ace. So, all right, we get some chips back. Um, Not the same setup as the hand the other day where I was check jammed on with trips. I was thinking he had trips, but it wasn't really a check jam. Should I have overbet jam? Sometimes a villain. Sometimes the opponents will read that as a bluff, just a snap check jam. But jacks versus kings, king ball. Oh, queen on the river. It's so predictable sometimes. Hey, cool, whatever. Oh, I would be. Uh, I have noticed. I'm not gonna say anything is. I am not. I do not subscribe at all into the online poker is rigged theory. Not a nope. I don't, and I'm not even saying I I I don't play tons and tons of live poker. I play once a week normally, and that might even be decreasing. So I haven't seen as many live hands. I haven't seen more. I mean, I'm probably average as far as the number of live hands I've seen. I've been playing for 20 years, so I've seen a number of live hands. Everything happens in poker. Runouts just happen. You flop a boat, runner, quads. That stuff happens. It doesn't happen all the time, but over the course of time, you're going to see everything. Online poker, you see more hands in a shorter amount of time. If you play a 2 hour cash session online versus a 2 hour cash session live, you might see twice the amount of hands. So those bad beats, those ridiculous runouts, those like crazy, aces versus kings versus queens, those are going to come up that much more often. Especially like a lot of people don't live near a casino, so they might only go play live once a week. Like me, I don't. Closest one is 45 minutes away from me, and I don't even go to that one. Go to one that's an hour, and then one that's 50. Um, so I only go once a week, and it might not even be that much. And I'll play home games. There's a guy, there's a couple guys in town that play home games, but they're home games. You don't see a ton of cards. That you don't see a ton of hands in a short amount of time. They're relaxed. You take breaks. The dealers aren't professional, but it's fine. Or sometimes it's self deal. All I'm saying is, but online, you could play 3 or 4 or 5 days a week because you don't have to go anywhere. You could pop it up on your phone. You could just jump into a game like tonight where last minute want the wife to go. She doesn't do a lot by herself because we have a young child. So I was like, you need to just go. Just go to the concert, buy a ticket, go by yourself. You know somebody who wants to go with that, whomever, whatever. So jump online. You can always jump into an online poker game. So you're just gonna see so many more hands. It might be more than twice the amount of hands. If you play 1 day a week, if you're a rec player, or if you're a reg, but like a reg, like you know, you can only play if you play 1 day a week of live poker for 3 hours, like me, you might jump into random. There might be like the other 6 days a week, you might play online poker four of those days. Whether it's lunch break, play a sit and go, or play a little hyper. Global's still got those hourly hypers. I should be playing more of those. They happen all the time. I don't know why I can't just jump into one. I guess it's because they're only $3, so it's like you get 11 players and like they're over quick. But point being, you can always jump into an online poker game, so you're gonna see more hands. So runouts like that where kings flops a set over the jacks and then and then just a running Broadway to give the jacks the W there, a miracle dub. That to come perfect. While it is ridiculous, we've all seen it live, and it's not like that's happening every hand here. I see a scenario like that maybe once every couple sessions online, which means I probably will see something like that once every month or two live. but it all evens out. It's not one's not rigged over the other. The site doesn't care who wins. I mean, yes, ACR has their issues with people creating bots. That's not the site. I mean, it's the site that might enable it or doesn't have the technology to combat it, or I don't want to say allows it. I don't think that online poker sites like I don't know. I don't want to sound naive. I'm not saying it's impossible that they can't run their own bots, try to hoop some of the players' money. You do wonder sometimes how some of these sites, I mean, they just make so much, but why they are so. Some sites are pretty generous with their rake back and their promos, and like Bet Online doesn't do a lot of like rake back. They do have like a loyalty program where you got to hit certain thresholds and you get like certain cash incentives or rewards. I actually need to look at that. Thing is though, is you really would have to play a lot. Like you'd have to play a lot of cash because the tournament, what you get for the tourney loyalty points is not a lot because it comes out. They calculate it based on the fee, not on the buy-in, so it just is a lot less. Contest loyalty club weekly challenge, and it's a weekly challenge, so you got to do it. Oh, how have I generated? Did I play earlier in the week? Oh, King 7 is stupid. The guy doesn't have a lot left, so if I don't hit the flop right in the face, I'm not seeing it. Okay, that's pretty good. Does the Maniac do it again? Come on, somebody do it. We got some short stacks here. Let's go. Opus. Oh, the 15 big blinds would be so good right. We need somebody to do something. Come on. It's annoying. I know I shouldn't get upset by something like that, but it's like, come on. At this stage in the tourney, we got all these live stacks here. Whatever. It's fine. So somehow I've generated $2.80 in rake. Well, yeah, I guess so. I'm just trying to figure out where that calculation comes from because I generated $2 in rake from my buy-in for the tournament money. So that was $2. It's 22. What else did I play on Bet Online this week? I might have played something Monday or Tuesday on my phone. What would be 80 cents in rake? Would it be like a $8 kind of thing? Did I play an $11? I might have jumped into the $11 turbo, bricked it. I think I did. I think that's what I did. And I think that's right. I think the turbos, I think it's a $10, right, because it's a PKO, so it was only 80 cents in rake because it was 520, 5 to, yep, 5 to the prize pool and 520 to the bounty. So that's where the 80 cents came from. So I've generated $2.80 in rake, but the overview for this: ascend through 6 different levels, tiers based on your rake contributions tracked Monday through Sunday. I don't love the fact that it's like Monday through Sunday, so it's like if I decide I want to start playing, if I want to take Monday and Tuesday off and I start playing on like Wednesday, it's like, oh, I've already lost 2 days that I could be, which, whatever, I guess that's, it evens out, but the more you play, the higher you climb, unlocking a personalized reward. I will jumpstart your bankroll. Oh man, excuse me. Click the missions tab to track the rake requirement in this level. So tier 1, you get 25 points. Tier 1, you need 25 points. 6, 1925. So how many points do I have? Weekly reward become visible on Monday before 12 p.m. Rewards can vary for all 6 levels and can be in the form of cash game bonuses, which is play at cash games. So like basically just cash, but you have to play it. You can't cash it out. Tournament tickets, tournament money, or locked cash bonuses. I mean, that's sweet. That's kind of what you want. Like, I don't mind rake back. That's cool too. But it's kind of cool to get like tournament tickets as your. It's kind of just, I don't know. In my mind, it's kind of easier. It's like easier to set goals that way. And free tickets are always nice. You might play something that you wouldn't normally play in. Then you get experience at a higher level. Okay, kids kind of squirming around in bed. She's good. To redeem your reward, simply log into the poker platform, visit the cashier and click bonuses, draw from a list of random reward options, and collect your prize. That's cool. All unused bonuses UB takes will be removed the following Monday. All right, well. So I think the points are just like I have to generate that amount of rakes. So I got to generate 25 rake points this week, which that's like I got to figure out what that is. So if that's 2.5 here with ace queen, let's hope short stack gets it in because I just I'm in middle position and I don't love just seeing a flop like just like having a I don't love having to play a flop with ace queen if I don't hit it. Like if flop comes king crap. All right, Opus Dog, ace queen off here. I think. Oh, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we don't get isolated against. It's not for a whole stack. It's for another 11 big blinds. I think we got to run with it. Yes. Yeah. No. No heart. No heart. Big one there. Had to sweat it, but we got it. So okay, so like 25 points. So it's kind of it's Bet Online's version of rake back. Oh, we're in the perfect spot at the table. We get to come in behind the button. We get to see we get to hang out with a free hand here. We're down to 466 players. We're in 113th place. Goal number 1, get to the money. Goal number 2, ladder up. We'll worry about goals 3 and 4 down the road. So yeah, that's Bet Online's version of rake back. They don't do like straight rake back, which is unfortunate because they have some decent cash games that run. And I did get the ace. Oh, trip queens. Whoa. That sucks. They're just running queens to take it home. Sometimes, so I guess my whole like rigged conversation there was like mostly sometimes I can predict the runouts here, and it's not perfect, but like sometimes it's just like, oh, yep, it's coming. Here's the queen. They're gonna give him the gut shot after they're gonna give him the gut shot after an over pair flops the set, and then boom, there's the offsuit queen on the river for the win. Maybe it has something to do with the sweepstakes model. Everybody has to win something at some point for it really to be a fair sweepstakes, I guess, if you're going to be like on a site. I don't know how they get away with calling poker sweepstakes. Like you're betting, you're like placing like little sweepstakes bets with your coins. But in tournaments, it's like you buy into it, and if you win a certain amount of chips and you go out in a certain place, then you oops. Go in a certain spot, then you win a bunch of you win the sweepstakes. I don't know. hey, whatever, it's working. I'm not gonna hate on it. But I gotta figure out a way to get, as long as I just get one tier, like I don't know, bet online. I guess yeah, with the 25 point with this new like loyalty, that probably was some of the feedback they were getting, that they didn't do enough loyalty stuff because every other site has something. Ignition, as paltry as it is, has a reward structure in place. ACR is great, like the 27% across the board, or you could opt into the I forget the it's like the military one. I forget what they call it. It's like military themed. I forget what they call it. They have a different rewards program where you could, I think it's more like tier based. Um, but I don't grind a ton, so I'll just take the 27% rake back, and it's on cash and tourneys, where global is 30%, 30% on cash, but they give you like those daily bonuses, like the weekly bonus, like you can get tournament tickets or cheap entries into tournaments on this site. So it kind of, it's not directly part of the rakeback program, but it's part of the overall players promo suite, if you will. Um, and I'm trying to think of what other sites. I'm sure GG Poker does stuff, but yeah. So Bet Online, I think before their rewards model, or their approach to it, was every so often to offer you like a deposit bonus specific to poker, like deposit. We've talked about this before, like deposit $100. So I guess it was rake based, but deposit $100, contribute $50 to the rake, get a free $109 Sunday Showdown ticket. I did that a couple times. Did that once actually. Yeah, we've talked about it, and you might have seen some footage from it. But oh no, I couldn't stream Bet Online back then. But yeah, I had the money, so it's like you just might as well throw the money. It's not like you put in 100 and the money's gone. You can play with it. You play online poker anyway. You might as well do it, and you could end up making money by playing poker while getting that freebie. You know, having a chance, but it wasn't consistent. It wasn't every week, and you can't just keep depositing $100 every week. And they do have rules against like deposit and then like immediate withdrawal, and then like or depositing 100, getting the ticket, playing the tournament, and then withdrawing money, which you should be able to do anyway. But they say there's just rules about like doing that too much, and then you could like forfeit some bonuses or get like you know kicked off the site potentially. You don't have to worry about that. So I'm sure there was some feedback given to Bet Online that they needed a more consistent loyalty program. So I should probably pay more attention to that. I guess I want Bet Online to be a mainly tournament site, so I should probably figure out a way to get the 25 points through tourneys. I can at least get something, or at least see what you get for it, and if it's worth it. Because I really have to stop with cash online, even though like I go through. Did we just rip it with Jack 10? I don't know. He made it 3, and he's only got 5 behind. I think we just give it to him and hope for a better spot there, because Jack 10 off doesn't really beat much. I don't want to double him up and lose. I only have 30 big blinds. It's not like and I'm in like a money spot, so I think I can play that one a little tight, and I'm gonna fold King 9 for what happens. So how would I get 25 rake points through tournaments? that's probably roughly. I mean, it's got to be done over the course of a week. Yeah, so it might be tough to do it because that's going to be now 250 plus 25 worth of buy-ins, right? And the higher up you go, I mean, you'd have to go up to like $100 buy-in to get that start getting that break. I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna play $250 worth of tournaments over the course of a week. Yeah, so really, that rate program is designed to like cash. So what do I do? Do I do like 25? Do I do a night of like $25 fast fold for a few hours? See where that gets me. Like a fast fold, like $25 no limit, or do I just grind like $10 PLO? I guess I could try that. I I have found that the games, and maybe it is because of the rake. Maybe that's what it is. I found the PLO games on that site. I don't know what it is. There's I find the action to be pretty good, but I just find that like I end up just kind of like teetering around even. Where maybe it's the level I'm playing at. Where I don't know. Find other sites like Bet Online and Ignition for their PLO to be a lot more swingy. And if you can catch that positive variance a couple times, then you're be in pretty good be in pretty good shape. Where Bet Online, and maybe that's a good thing then. If I just find myself hovering around even and I contribute some rake and get some rake back, you know, get some loyalty points, get some tickets. Queen 10. Our ace was good. Um, Going up in a couple minutes here. We're down to 374, so we're getting there. I got to think that like we talked about before, when the blinds go, so we got about another hour probably until then. Think, right? Well, no, let's see. At the next level is going to be 600, 1200. So it's that jump from 1000, 2000 to 1250, 2500. That's when the stacks are really going to drop, and that's like another hour from now. So we could be in the money before that happens. If we get that far. Shiva, Chris. Ooh, Queen. Yeah. Z Tank. Could have knocked him out with our, what did we have? Jack 10 offsuit? Maybe if I was suited. He's no longer a short stack. Coming up on 2 hours on the stream here, so that's pretty cool. Again, a later start. They're doing these U.S. Poker Open events at like 8:30. It's not every night, but um, I didn't really dig too deep in it. They seem to do a lot of like mini series now. Maybe they've always done it this way. That Grizzly Game series, that was that like a month? That was like 3 weeks, right? Break that one out. That's why that's how global keeps getting. Like each site has each site has interesting ways to get you to deposit more money. Except for Ignition, I don't know what their deal is. They would I feel like if they just maybe they're just getting enough traffic and they don't have to. But I feel like even if they did like a 20% rake back, it's not like top of the market, but it's something there. All right, give you a little bit of skin in the game, like because right now it's like you have to grind for like a month to get like a $2 ticket, which is like the best deal out of what they got. Like you could get like 20% rake back or something because their cash games are so like good, and people say they're soft. I don't think they're that soft. It could be because I'm not that good at online cash. I'm more of a live cash poker player. Um, I don't know why I can't put it together online. Probably because I just don't take enough time to ponder moves, and I just get angry. Okay, another player gone. Yeah, so we're right in that like bubbly spot there. We do need to drag a pot. We're at 612. 40 minutes. So it's going to be between 11:20, probably 11:30. We'll just say around 11:30 because there's going to be a break in here somewhere. So around 11:30, there's going to be a big drop in the relative chip stacks. We've got threes, which are normally pretty trashy, but we are on the button. I think we got to throw this one away. I mean, I don't know. I mean, an early raise to three. Guy hasn't really shown much in the way of garbage. I'd rather just let him. It's not even the right odds. Really not the right odds to go set mining. And an ace high flop, he's just gonna rip. So, wow. Let's call Scoob. he's just he's just ripping. This guy was down to like 6 big blinds, right? 9-10. He just okay. Well, that's interesting. I don't know why. Okay, well that's one reason why. Flop open ended. Do we rip? I don't know. Do we rip with an open ender? Or do we just call? He was kind of full of it last time, so I think we maximize fold equity. All right. There we go. That's a little bit of what we needed. We couldn't just call there, because if the turn whiffs, he's just going to rip into us, and then we have to fold. So we didn't have the strongest holding, but we did have the backdoor clubs in case we needed them. That is one thing I've been trying to be better about. Is like not trying to find spots to maximize fold equity rather than just calling and hoping that like the backdoor draw comes in. There are spots where you can do that, but where you have like an open ender and a backdoor flush draw, for example, sometimes I've been caught like it happened to me live actually when I was at Twin River a couple weeks ago when I had like 3-4 diamonds and called a one of the I was a one limper and then it folded to like the one of the blinds who made it 25 and I'm like, all right, let's gamble, and then I flop an open ender with like what was it 3-5-6, was it 3-5-6 3-5-6 with a diamond. I think it was something like that. It was open ended 3-5, yeah, 3-5-6. So the 4 was the keep, the open ender. No, that can't be right. At 3-4, the flop was, yeah, what, a bottom pair and a backdoor. Maybe it was something else. Maybe it was something like that. We'll say, and then like he leads and I just call. He leads 30 and I just call, thinking like, okay, if a diamond hits on the turn, I can take my combo draw and just rip if he leads. But the diamond didn't come on the turn. It was an offsuit jack, and it's like better for him than me, I guess. And then he bets 100, and then it's just like, all right, I gotta fold. If I had ripped the flop and taken the open ender backdoor flush equity at that point, why wait for the combo draw to come on the turn? If I ripped it on the flop, he probably blinded. Z Tank is down to kind of where he was before. Yeah, if I had taken that backdoor equity and tried to maximize fold equity against my opponent in a spot like that, like ripped it, like made it like 120 on the flop, he probably just folds because he's probably got a hand like Ace King, and when he hits that jack on the turn, he knows it's probably not going to connect with me because, as Bart Hansen says, there's not a ton of jacks and calling ranges. So you can't think that that's a good flop. I mean, it was a great flop for me, for my range, but I just called. I had like a lot of ways to improve. So I don't. Yeah. See, at some point, you hit this like weird equilibrium kind of thing, and it's not maybe the equilibrium that some people think of when they think of poker games, but I'm thinking of that point where you're in a position like a ranking. You're in a ranking that's solidly or safely enough in the money so that like when the player pool organically shrinks, you should still be right there, like in okay enough to make the money by really just folding out. Oh wow, ace of spades. Chop chop. Lucky. Well, kind of. So I don't know that we're quite there. 180 get paid. We're in 140th with 311 to go. So we're 40, and the stacks can't be that disparate, or it can't be that. I mean, I only have 27 big blinds. 200th place probably only has like, and I'll look it up. I have 34,000 chips in 141st, and 200th place has 25,000 chips. So, and we're at 612. So, I mean, I have almost 10K more than 200th place, for example. 181st is probably like it's 28,000, so I got 6,000 more. So whatever. Tens versus ace 10, and he spikes an ace. This guy, Oh, wow. This guy won't go away. Keeps moving the chips around the table. God bless him. I kind of just don't want to mess with him at this point. I think I I got the best possible type of situation against him. Where I called him pre and ripped it on him on the flop. I haven't mentioned either. We got 5,700 up top. Final table, some pretty good payouts. We still have a ways to go, but 57.79 first is uh, pretty enticing. Yeah, we had a player prize pool just under 35K. It's pretty good. And we have 303 left. We're in 157th place. There were 1,100 entries, 1157. Hey, hitting the money in a tourney like this deep, would be pretty cool. But let's get there first. We are at 700, 1,400. We have another. So this the next blind will be going up right around the next break. It's sort of shaken out that way. It's good. We'll be at 816. We do need a pot. Z Tank is still there. He's still there mixing things up at our table. We have 88 sweeps coins left in our account. We're in this site for 290. So, if we can walk out of this thing with a $200 cash, that would be ideal. That would mean you'd have to be top 15. So we got a little ways to go. I would be fine making $50 in this thing. Off a $33 buy-in, it's not much, but hey, whatever. They're paying out a decent amount of the field, and there's some coin up at the top. Not a huge difference between. I mean, it's big enough. It's a 57.79 for first, 42.34 for second. I feel like it's usually a little more top heavy, but I don't. That's all good there. Oh, we got threes and some aggressive players behind us. I think we're in that stage of the tourney where low pocket pairs just have to be mucked. Unless we were in a spot where we were like the big. We wouldn't be though. Z Tank's in a spot at the table where it's never going to be like that. But if we were like in the big blind and like here, yeah, if we were in swimming seat with threes and he makes it three, then when we like rip it to get it heads up, it would be heads up. Yeah, Queen Jack. I'd love to have threes against Queen Jack. Kings. Queen Jack gets there. Ooh. Hey, whatever. We need players to go down. Cool. All right. We got a table of all new players here, so we're good. Shakeup was probably the best thing. Big cards rule in this game. Is this? I mean, the way the stack. I don't know this table, but the way the stacks have been going in, Ace Jack is kind of like good. And everybody folds behind us. Waffle Crusher was in a. We played against that person before, and I think 420 there. But I don't know. I don't have notes on Waffle. I think it was kind of a passive. I think he or she, kind of a passive-ish player. SB with not too many chips. We're down to 280. We're in 165th. So really, after this break is when it starts to get starts to be that nut cutting time. So we'll probably, when we come back at 11, it'll be about another 25-ish. We'll say a half hour until it starts, till the stacks really get cut down and should be in the money in the next by 11:30. I think we'll see. We hope to last that long. I would love a walk. I don't think we're gonna get it. Maybe. No, but okay. We'll take our equity to the flop. Flop a gut shot. We hit it. I don't know if that's any good though. I think we just call the river, right? Like, I don't. We obviously lose to a queen, and we take it down. Nice little spot there. Nice little spot. A little bit nervous he had a queen, but nope. Now, we don't want to squander this. We don't want to get too out of line. I mean, we do have an ace. SB here. 3.23. That is not a. I think I have to call it. I think I have to call. I don't want to squander it, but. Oh, this stinks. Now I could get. Oh, he folded. Oh, 5 and a 10. 5. I said going into the hand I didn't want to squander it, and then I kind of did. I mean, what do you do there, though? He's got 3 bigs. Could have anything. Could have King Jack. All right, well, basically we gave back our river bet that we a river call that we took. So as long as we don't give away any more chips, we should be okay. But again, I was talking about that balance point where you kind of just fold your way into the money a little bit, I guess. No. We'll come back from the break with probably what, like 22 bigs. We'll see. In 147th place, again paying 180. We're down to 272. That is one thing I like about this site, and I should play on it. Should try to play on it more because 09. Because the tournaments, they just don't run. They don't run forever like some sites like ACR. This isn't going to be a 7-hour tourney. I think. I hope not. Ignition too. All right. All right. Well, we'll take another quick break, and it's time. We're moving toward the bubble. we're getting toward that payout, which should be coming in the next half hour or so. But we'll see you back at 11, or we'll see you back in 5. All right, so my math was right. We do have 22 bigs. When we are back now. We got to, I guess, avoid a minute of this level. Good thing I checked in. I was about to do one more thing before coming back. I filled the pellet stove with pellets, even though I'm trying to wind down. I just filled it. You know what? It's at that spot in the hopper where there's probably enough to get through the night, but maybe not, and probably shouldn't care about that because it's warm-ish out, but not really warm because now temperature dropped into the 40s, so I guess whatever. It's not super warm. We'll just keep it running. I gotta empty it out and probably vacuum it out this week. Should do that. Here we go. Ace King under the gun. Is it just a rip? Maybe. Let's rip it. Let's play. Let's just not mess around. We'll get called. We could get called by worse. There's a couple live stacks. One of them might want to call it off. Maybe not. Or maybe not. Or maybe we just pick up the blinds. Whatever. Fine. I'm fine with that result. Ace King again. Boom. And now we're in the big blind. We can rip it again. Wouldn't be for against the shortest stack, though, unfortunately. Well, that's fine. Let's see if we can double up here. Okay, good. It's perfect. We can rip it over that. Yep. One of them will call me off. I don't want to be up against two of them. Brad again? He's going to believe me. All right, cool. That was a nice pickup. Great. Now we're in the top 100. So now we should be again, I don't even believe in jinxing necessarily, but I don't want to be talking like we're in the money. We're not. But we're 98th, paying 180, and there's 258 left. But we should be able to we should just be able to play aces, kings, ace, king. After the last two tournaments, I don't want to play queens. I definitely don't want to play jack 8 suited. I kind of want to just fold my way down. At least to the point where the blinds go from 1,000, 2,000 to 1,250, 2,500, where there's just going to be a lot of short stacks forced into play. But the way players, the way poker is played these days, I mean, guys are getting 3 streets with playing 3 streets or at least 2 streets with 8 big blinds, you know? All right. So 107 out of 250. We just want to see players go out. We don't want to see short stacks accumulate more chips. But there's a much bigger world out there besides our table. We are falling. I guess it's not that bad. We're in 107. We were in 98 when we won that last pot, so we're at 107. As long as we can kind of hang around here and not like fall back. But the thing is, stacks are relatively small across the board. So, I mean, the difference between us and out of the money is not a lot in absolute number of chips, but whatever. This is a fold. No reason to do battle with a big stack out of position. Yeah, this is where the tournament theory, the advanced GTO theory, the Jonathan Little secrets of professional tournament poker. This is where that comes in because in my younger, less studied days, I'd be ripping. I'd be I'd be three betting with ace five off against a big stack, and then playing a flop and a turn out of position for all my chips. Where now it's really like, and I probably knew this before, but and I had won tournaments in my early career. It's not like I played poorly, but I think I probably would bust out of more tournaments that I didn't have to by getting too overzealous or like getting down to 13 big blinds and jamming with 5-6 offsuit because I don't want to blind myself to death, and I might have a straight draw and I could be live and all. No, just once you're done, you're done. It's not like cash where you can like reload. Once you're done in a tourney, you're out. So if you need to fold your way to 7 big blinds to pick up ace queen and double that up and live to fight another day, do it. Ooh, we have an interesting spot here. Tens versus ace jack. Come on, keep it low. Blocking his outs. Good. We don't fall back. We lose a player. Still in 111th place. So we're about 70 above the money line, about 50 to the money, give or take one or two. So we'll see. 945. What are we gonna call him? 945 9926. Oh, could we have Brad call off here? Probably not. Just called him min click. Have a king, so that's one less type of hand he could call off with. Call him. Nope. It's like bottom. It's like bottom of that premium range. Ace jack suited under the gun. um, and where we're approaching the money bubble. And it's a pretty even though like what's the min cash 45. It's not like a ton or a ton of it's not a lot of money over the buy-in of 33, but it's a pretty good amount of money for my bankroll. So I would like to just lock that up and profit. I did blow off $22 in free money earlier by airball bluffing. Oh wow, Kings held up there. That's I wasn't following the action there. I was looking up payouts. 945 there, the numbers guy there, the duck with the goose with the target on him. I don't know if that's a duck with the target on him there. Duck hunt. Um, Jack 8. What are you doing? He's on the button, I guess, but what are you doing? Even entering a pot with that hand. That's on him. He was just self-destructing. At eights. So we're down to 219. We're in 127th place. So less than 40 to the money. We are at the 1,000, 2,000 level. We're at 18 big blinds. Again, a spot where we're not short, but we can't just rip it with ace 3 as we approach the money bubble. I mean, it's not a great spot to be in the sense that, like, you don't want to just be, like, folding, hit the money, and then not be able to do anything from there. You want to, like, the old adage still holds some water. Like, you want to win the tourney. So you have to be willing to die on the bubble. But I think that there's a little bit, it's not like it's not like I don't know what they say. It's not like it's not like a hard and fast rule. It's not the hardest and fastest. Um, okay, queens versus kings. King's gonna double up here. We didn't want to see that. But players are falling, and we're still in 130th place. We're 33 players to the money. I suspect it'll tighten up on the button, but in the next 4.5 minutes, we're going to see some short stacks get real short. It goes from, it goes then 1250, yep, 1250, 2500 to 150 to 1500, 3000. So really the next two blind level jumps. Oh boy. Oh, this is gross. I think we just gotta hope a hand up. Yep, okay. That's good. Now we just need these guys to fold. Come on, get out of there. Good. Ace queen and the effing ace. I can't fold freaking jacks there. Oh, this is so frustrating. These tournaments are so frustrating. It happened in Satellite the other day when I was trying to win a seat into one of these things. Go on a huge run, get a table where nobody shows up, and it's a free roll. Get a table, and they just raise every hand and accumulate chips, and I'm in the perfect spot, and then I just now I'm on life support, and we're approaching the bubble, and the stack, and I'm gonna have like no chips in 2.5 minutes. Come on. 2 hours and 45 minutes into this darn thing, which I know isn't a lot, but now what? I gotta make a decision for one blind to see if 9-7 suited flops something, which I guess I might as well take it. Do I check rip for the tournament? And he folds. Good. That's something. All right. Now we're like literally on the bubble. And just like get out of here. Well, let's see what happens. King 9. It's not very good, but we can pick up more blinds if we just. He's not gonna just call us with nothing for a quarter of our stack. All right, so we fold. That's fine. Let us off the hook. I mean, at least we're on the button. God, it's so frustrating. Am I supposed to fold jacks there? What did I have? 18 bigs? Probably. I'm probably supposed to just muck it. But again, we get it just like we had with the tens earlier. We get it in on a flip and we lose the effing flip. I keep losing these flips. I did win some, but you need to win all of them, really. You need to win all of them to win these tournaments. Get it in on a flip, win it. This is why I don't invest a lot of time and money into these bigger tourneys. Hey, we still might get there, but it's just like, hey, you can. It's so much time. $33. You got a lot. You got a lot of money up top. You're almost 3 hours into this thing, and to if we were to walk away with nothing, that's just such a it's such a gut punch. Cash is its own set of headaches, but you just really have to run so well for the whole thing. You can't. I mean, there were a couple mistakes that I made, calling off too wide in some spots, or like getting it in when I didn't have to with those tens. The first pair of tens, I think I had tens 3 times, but the first one I really played, where I got it in against those queens, and then tens again, and it's against ace king. He hits the king, and hey, we could win a flip here. blinds are going to go pretty significantly again for the next level. And then what is it after that? It's in 35. They're going to go up like 500 and then 1,000. So I mean, we're approaching that bubble, man. We're in 180 out of 199. We're on it. So it's really just a question of, can we hold on? Yeah, and then see this garbage here, this quack quack over here. He's just going to go to sleep because he's probably in like 170th place. And he's just going to hope he can outlast everybody. I might do the same. I'm not going to just go to sleep, though. I'm going to at least try to milk the clock a little bit. Come on. Come on, Krugen. Let's just rip it and get a couple guys out. All right. No 9. Okay. So we moved up, actually. King Queen is a fold. We've got real ICM dollars in play. And one thing I found on this site, different than Bet Online, because I haven't run deep in any real ignition tournaments. Oh, he woke up. One thing that I found in global, you're not on the bubble as long. In my opinion, you're not on the bubble as long. I think you just have more. We're not hand to hand yet, so tank folding is not strategically is still a pretty relevant move. I have found with global, there's a little bit less skill involved. Like on the, you just have players ripping it. I don't know. Bet online, I feel like you could be on the bubble a while. Maybe it's just maybe I've just been playing shallower tournaments. I honestly don't. I haven't played enough of these online tourneys to know, to have enough have enough of a sample size to really dig into it. But the bubble is near. We're pretty much bubble status right now. I hate that I have to be that guy that just sits here with 7 big blinds, 6 big blinds, and then we hit the money, and then I can't make any moves. I can't ladder up because I have no chips. It sucks. Let's take a walk. Let's get a walk here. All right. All right. That could be just enough. Just enough to get us in, but we're holding at 193 here. I haven't seen that number drop in a couple hands. I'm going to tank the heck out of this 9 deuce. Because then after this, we're on the button for a bunch of free hands. So we're going to let the clock run a little bit here. We're not hand to hand. You may be out there watching this thinking, oh, that's bad form, that's BS, whatever. I don't care. It's $45 and I want it. Again, we are ignoring pretty much every hand. We're declining to play any hand here except aces or kings. Right? It has to be. Ace king in the right spot. Queens, I might even fold. Ooh, 7-5 suited. It pains me, on the button especially. If we were playing 2-5 no limit at Foxwoods, I'd be ripping it. Not ripping it, but kind of understand what I'm getting at. So we're down to 192. So okay, we're 168 out of 192. Again, 180 get paid. Yeah, we don't need to use up our time bank. We have 60 seconds worth of time bank, but it's to get that. We're not that desperate. We're not. I mean, if we were 179 out of 181, then okay, but at least you're still hand for hand, so it doesn't really matter. Let's get a couple. Let's get a double like shorty stack all in here. They both have more chips than me, so it doesn't really like I don't lose any standing. Eh. We're down to 190. We're in 164th, but again, it's got to be like razor thin margins here. And we got 3 minutes until the next blind, and the blinds are, yeah, we'll be in the money around 11:40, I would say at the latest. Every second's gonna count here. I would love to just look up next hand and see that we're like 165th out of 185. Like we just lost a bunch of players. Oh, 187. So we're 162 out of 187. That's something. I almost feel like going like just snoozing it, but I'm folding everything anyway. I'm gonna try to milk the clock a little bit. You can't do that if you're asleep. You know, if you're on sit out status. Um, hey, it's a poker tournament. Some argue tournaments are like the real true test of skill. I don't know. I kind of lean cash that way because that's kind of how poker was always meant to be played. It's just a strictly cash game. I think tournaments were invented after the cash game. But in strategies like this are the reason why I don't think tournament is a pure form of poker because it's just got so many little like exploitative like nuance to it. I don't know, like tanking, you know, tanking when you're not quite hand for hand yet. Folding hands like ace king suited when you're on the bubble and you're short stack, like little things like that. That's just not like poker to me. It is and it isn't. It's and then like when everybody get and then there's certain tournaments when everybody's short stacked, like in certain sit and goes, for example, and it's just like a lottery. You're not playing poker at that point. You're just waiting for the nuts. Cash, that's never that stuff like that just doesn't happen. It does. It's really odd situations. Like I could think maybe I'm grinding out a tough session. Maybe I've been running bad and I'm going into a 2-5 session, like needing to turn things around, and I was kind of had an up and down session, and maybe I'm up a grand because I just won a couple big pots, and I'm like, you know what, I'm at my time limit anyway. I'm gonna go, and then I look down at ace king suited under the gun, and I'm like, you know what, just fold it and last hand before you rack up, but you're blind. It's like, you know what, let's just muck it. Let's take the $1,000 win. Who cares? We'll just forget where you even dealt that. Once in a while, stuff like that happens at cash games, but that's like, you know, somewhat infrequent. Come on, down to 183. The blind is coming. We need 3 players to go out. Come on, Thunder. Somebody going out at our table would be massive because there's what 20 tables going right, 21-ish tables going right now. 9-handed was on 180 left. Um, And if one of the three players needed to be eliminated is coming from us, that just increases the odds even more. I don't know though. Here it is. Here's the spot. 11:30, like we said. We're down to 182, and we're in 160th with 6.25 bigs behind. Man, this is going to be. I mean, I'm confident in my ability to fold every hand. I just really don't. I honestly don't even want to be dealt aces or kings at this point. I just want to hit that money bubble. Do we get a walk? No, we don't. He's smart. Or at least he made a smart play. But I am still, for whatever reason, and I somehow in 160th. And with the blinds about to go up, I mean, they're going up in 7 minutes, but with the blinds making another significant increase in 7 minutes, if we can make our way. Yeah, if we can make our way into the money bubble here. Stacks are just gonna fly into the middle once that bubble bursts. So we could keep waiting for those aces and kings and see like what kind of ladder we can make. I'm maybe getting a little bit ahead of myself, but I think it's good to plan. So we would have to get into 162 for another $3 or 3 sweeps increase. Like it's really down to like 135 would be another 10. Are we not hand for? Do we not go hand for hand? I feel like that should start before you're at 82. Oh, we're in. We're 170 out of 180. We're in. We made it. All right, we've hit the money. Hey, that's worth something. In a bigger event like this, 30K prize pool, we hit the money. We make $15. Not bad. We're sort of lamenting that loss with jacks against what ace is empty. So if we had his blinds, we'd have 17. We'd be in a way better shape. But we are going to see some smaller stacks start jamming. I think we can kind of at least see how it goes the next couple hands, because we got some free hands into the blinds. Those annies are going to start to kill us a little bit, but come on, Thunder. And he has aces. Oh, give him a deuce. There it is. See, I told you. Sometimes you can just. Oh, it chopped. You gotta be. I know we need more than just him going out to get to the next ladder, but stuff like that, man. Come on. And I called that turn card too. I was like, give him the deuce. And then they have to go giving him one of the 3 4s left in the deck. Guy's drawing at a chop. Well, we're down to 179, so I guess like stacks aren't really flying in like I thought. But no, okay, we're down to 178. Still gonna try to ladder for the next few hands anyway. Blinds are coming around. Blinds going up in 4 minutes. We still want to get a nice premium hand to get it in with. I will say this one thing about I think one of the reasons. Okay, we got ace queen versus queens, and he flops the ace. This guy, yikes, man! Aces and kings for the dub. 9 lives. We don't get anything. This guy gets ace queen and aces, smashes, hits a chop to stay alive, and then doubles up with ace queen. I think part of the reason why I said the other day or yesterday that I'm probably going to do a max of one stream a week is just because I don't want to like make a super huge commitment if I'm still planning to play live. I was getting a little frustrated with live poker and I was ready to kind of like take a long break, but I had a good 2-5 session at Foxwoods the other day. And I feel like if I just stick with that game and I don't get because a lot of the action players, not that action players are bad, a lot of the action players of Foxwoods 2-5 who really kind of swing the game have migrated over to Twin River, and like the guys who really push the action kind of get out of line. And I do better against the Foxwoods player pool that is maybe a little bit more predictable and doesn't like. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind a loose cannon at the table. I don't mind guys who want to bluff pots, but the guys who it's a 1K max, but most guys are still buying in for the old $700 max because that's just what they're used to. So I go there. It's a comfortable game. I know what I'm up against. I feel like if I can settle into that game now. The only thing was it was kind of just dying. They'd go on a Friday night. There'd be like 2 tables and then a must move, and then the must move wouldn't have anybody, so you're sitting there waiting to get into a main game, and it's just it was a frustrating game in that respect. All right, so we've picked up our hand that we were gonna have to push with. I think Ace 5 is like that. It's just I think the wife has arrived. I think I saw her pull up. Yeah, I think we're gonna get it. It's a bluff catchy type hand anyway. Okay, another pair. I don't know. Aces and jacks. Yeah, I think we just made a ladder though. Oh, maybe not. Maybe we need to get to 162. Well, we picked kind of the wrong hand to do it with, but we can't be totally upset with our play. We had a couple bad flops on flips, but overall we hung in there. We got into the money. Yeah. We don't have much left. We can maybe flop something. We can quadruple up, but it's not going to add up to much. If we can last another hand, we flop a pair, a backdoor heart draw. Queen 9. 4? 5? No. Okay, well, that's all she wrote. 159th. Oh, okay, so we made 48, so we made $15. We'll take it. Gonna sign off for the night.